Welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. It's that time of the month again on coaradio.com. And tonight we have a very special and unique show. I've promised you that because this is going to be dentistry with a twist. Well, I want to thank, first of all, our sponsors for this evening, and that is NeoZoe Health and Wellness Center in Cranford, New Jersey. And for those of you who know, it's been March Massage Madness Month, so thank you so much for making all those appointments. Oh. Yes, and we only have a couple of days left, so if you want to do that, you can call us at 732-713-0123. And our next sponsor is our very own music director, Ryche Chlanda and Flying Dreams. Yay!
There you go.
And I have to say, you're here tonight providing the music, as always.
I am, yes.
I thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
I can't play guitar. I need somebody here that can.
I can, and I'm excited to be here.
And you'll lead us tonight, right? In song?
Well, maybe somewhere during center of the show we could do a little sing-along or have a little bit.
I hope you guys are ready.
Have a little fun.
Well, that'll be good.
Warm up.
And we have a special announcement for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Ryche Chlanda and Flying Dreams will be at the Cutting Room in New York City this Saturday evening.
Very nice.
Right? And I think you have Dark Beauty opening up for you.
Dark Beauty's opening us up for us at 7:30, and we'll be there at
9 o'clock, I believe,
9
is
o'clock.
Your show, right?
I just show up and play. Again, I don't even know the address really, but it's the Cutting Room in New York City.
We'll get you there, or the Uber driver will get you there. I don't know about a limo driver.
That's good. That's good to know.
We'll get you there. So for anybody who wants to purchase tickets, if they do so in advance, they do save $10 and at the door, and you could do that by going to thecuttingroomnyc.com to get your tickets today.
Cool.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for that, Maryann.
Yes, and then we have another sponsor, right? And that is the Recovery Spot in New York City. They are state-of-the-art, working with all kinds of new innovative ways for recovery. So that's what makes life really special there.
Yep. Doctor owned.
Yes, it is by Dr. Ramesh Sawhney, and then you have Dr. Scott Bienenfeld, and they've been on the show before, so stay tuned because you might start seeing them again anyway. And last but not least, to make this all possible, City of Angels. And City of Angels is for addiction and recovery, as you know. And there's, as Danny would say, because unfortunately he's not with us this evening, he had to travel, but as he say, there's no nation like donation. So we work on donations, and if you're interested in doing that, you can log on to cityofangelsnj.org, click the donation tab. You can enter any denomination, and even if you enter anything, and you put in there the Health and Wellness Show, or even Rock On Radio, or What's Next, we will actually have you as a sponsor for 30 days. So we're very excited about that.
You can even put in health and wellness, or wellness and, what is it?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yours truly thinks the name of the show is not Health and Wellness, but Wealth and Hellness. And that just might be the case this evening with our very special guests that we have here right in our studio. And I'd like to introduce Dr. Dean Chencharik.
Hi, everybody.
And Dr. Devon Berry. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, and I promised everybody a very interesting show because what I'd like to share with this audience is I actually stopped by to visit your office. And because they have a new concept here that I've never seen before, and I'm sure maybe many of you haven't, but how would you like to go and get a cleaning, especially women, and maybe could get a paraffin treatment on your hands at the same time? Sounds crazy, right? But it's not, because you guys own the Art of Dentistry and Spa in Somerset, New Jersey.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Wow.
And I have to tell you, I walked in there. I thought I was in the wrong place. I'm like, this is a dentist office? You guys have fountains coming down from the ceilings. They have coffee bars. They had a tea bar. They even had a wine refrigerator, I saw. Fireplaces. It's absolutely amazing. And for those of you who have to wait for people, they even have computer stations with the high back chairs and the printers and the computers. Not that I would want to work there. I'd be asleep in your waiting room. Seriously, it's so
There's a
relaxing.
couch in the back, too, if you want. Yeah.
Well, you gave
Just
me a
to take a
tour
nap.
of that office. So the unique twist is that it's a spa, too. So you guys can get massages. Do you do that
Well,
while
we
they're
can't
in
because
the
we're
chair?
working. They make us work.
You don't get a
But
chair massage while you're working?
That would be great, but no.
There's
come
no,
in
hey,
from
did
the
you
back
see
and
the
I
doctor?
massage Dr. Berry's back.
No, but the office is a fully functioning spa as well as a dental office. And thank you so much for stopping by and seeing what we've crafted. And what we think we did is we've really given people a place to experience health and wellness more than I believe any dental office, certainly in the tri-state area. And I've been told anywhere by a number of reps, dental reps that have come in. And we're really proud of it. So thank you.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. It makes you not want to leave. And I'm usually the first person out of a dentist chair, getting out of the office, and you didn't want to leave.
I just saw pictures of it online that you showed me, and it's magnificent.
Well,
Just
why?
totally
Yeah,
magnificent.
the virtual tour is simply
Absolutely.
amazing.
It's amazing.
And where can they see that virtual tour? What is your website?
Our website is www.theartofdentistry.nj.com. And it's a beautiful website.
Yes.
Gives you a little taste of what we offer at the Art of Dentistry. The tour, there's photos, there's before and after photos. There's a view of our beautiful, excellent team on there. Testimonials from patients and live reviews that day, which is a really nice thing to see. And we're really proud of it.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, it's
It's absolutely amazing. It's almost like a hotel and resort inside.
That's kind of what we were trying to do.
Well,
Just
because what
as
I like
relaxed
is
as
you
could
have
possibly
this
be.
big atrium that you do yoga in, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's
in the
yoga
back, yeah.
several nights a week.
Yeah.
Have the
Actually,
yoga.
probably right about now as it's going on.
It's
Yeah,
going
might
on.
be. Yeah.
Well, I hope they have this on and playing this in the
That
atrium
would
at
be
the same
awesome.
time of yoga. That would be really cool. But when you're sitting in the dentist chair, you see this atrium and it's all live, beautiful foliage. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't even put this into words of what I saw. And then there was a window there and it looks like a park outside that it's like you're sitting there going, you know, how can anybody be afraid of the dentist walking in here?
Yeah, it's as relaxing an experience as I think you could provide someone in a dental environment.
Have you had to take anybody out in a straitjacket or anything like that?
Just
after-
Dean.
And that's on a nightly basis.
That's
so,
on a nightly
yeah.
basis.
I walk the halls at night.
So you're like the class clown of the whole office?
Yeah, I don't really try to be. It just kind of comes that way.
It just happens.
Yeah, I'm an easy target for Dr. Berry and Dr. Rowland. So
Really?
Yeah, I'm just kind of stumbling and bumbling around, and I walk around everywhere multiple times a day, easy. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going. Just,
Well,
I
that
just have a
place
nice,
you could get
easy
lost.
mentality. Yeah, everything looks exactly the same. There's what is it? It's like there's 10 operatories, right? I feel like there's 50 women in the office, but I think there's only 25.
It's a
But,
very
yeah,
big
it's-
office.
It's a very nice office. It's so it was really well done, I will say.
Yeah,
I
and
get to enjoy it.
I think it's important. Dean mentioned Dr. Rowland, a really important person to mention during this.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Bruce Rowland started the Art of Dentistry years ago with a certain vision in mind, which was really to practice whole body dentistry in a spa-like setting. We built the office together in 2006 and 7. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that he was an amazing mentor and provided me and Dr. Dean with a great vision. And I say all the time, our goal is just to go in every day and not screw it up. I think so far we've done well.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then now we also have another Dr. Jerry Blick. So we're trying to pass down through the generations of dentists, at least, our mentality that Dr. Rowland started. So
Well, that's wonderful. And you said he had a whole body approach to the dentistry. Can you go into that a little bit?
Well, the dental spa concept really was his from the beginning. His goal and his vision was to build this beautiful facility, which would allow patients to have dentistry done, but also we have a licensed esthetician, a licensed massage therapist, we have a licensed nutritional therapist. So we're treating the whole body. We're allowing people to experience great dentistry in a truly wonderful environment with real state-of-the-art technology, which a lot of practices will say, oh, we're a state-of-the-art dental practice because of X, Y, and Z. But I can honestly say and attest that we are right on the cutting edge of technology and education for our staff and ourselves.
And our patients.
And our patients. And truly, it's going to be someone to come in and be able to have a massage, be able to have a makeover. We just recently have an esthetician who does microblading, and then have veneers or just fillings, or we see your children and your whole family. And so it's a whole experience for a family or someone who's looking for a dental office to really treat the whole person and not just teeth.
That's a wonderful concept.
Just to add on to that, it's nice to be healthy, not just dentally but medically. But it's also a totally another thing to feel healthy. It's not just about getting test results back and having somebody say, yeah, it looks great. It doesn't really mean anything if you don't feel good.
Absolutely.
So part of that is just being able to, or a large part of it is just being able to, when you leave the chair or leave the office, feel as though not only that you were cared for, but that it's a continual thing, that you're going to be able to keep coming back, that somebody is concerned about you, and that's what we try to do. It's not just somebody in our office; it's a lot of people. But
Right.
It's going to be it's a great little environment to work.
Yeah, I don't think I'd leave. I wouldn't mind going to work. Are you kidding? It's wonderful.
Usually, that's what it seems like. A lot of the staff and the docs always come in with a smile on their face. I guess that's one of the reasons why.
I got you. Well, for those listening at home, Dr. Dean, I'm going to call you Dr. Dean.
Yeah, that's what everybody calls
And
me.
Dr. Devon, if you don't mind. Although your last name is nice and easy,
I
Berry.
think my last name's easier.
Yeah, Dr. Berry. I'll call you Dr. Berry. But for those of you, listening at home, they brought a wonderful gift basket, prize pack to give away this evening. It has one of those Sonicare electric toothbrushes, toothpaste, of course, because you need that. And it has, I believe, a gift card in there for a massage and other little goodies. And you can call us at 609-241-7103, and we could put your name in a little drawing at the end, and that way you can
I'm gonna
have
go
a
in the
chance
other
at this
room and
prize
call.
pack. I kind of figured you're going to do that,
Art
Art.
wants that pretty badly. He keeps eyeing that. I see him.
He
Oh,
is.
that-
It's a beautiful basket, and I thank you and your office and everything. You guys are very generous.
Our
and
pleasure.
it's
Thank you.
great. And
Having us.
Actually, I was eyeing the massage.
well, if nobody calls, my name is going into that pot. I'm just kidding. Just really kidding. But what I did want to ask you guys is a lot of people that when I advertised this, they were saying, I'm afraid of the dentist. So here's my question. That office is so gorgeous and so beautiful. How are the drills and the equipment? Has technology changed? Oh, thank you, Art. Exactly my point.
The quietest drills you'll ever see.
Are they really?
No.
They still never perfected the drill sounds in dentistry after all these years?
Not really. You could bring noise
Just the
canceling
screaming.
headphones. Yeah, and that comes from me. I'm just screaming as I work.
Yeah.
Gotta ask.
Unbelievable.
Well, we offer every patient. We always offer them. We always have throwaway headphones, headsets because everybody's coming in with iPhone, and so we always offer headphones for them. The drills that we use, just to get technical, we use the brand new highest quality drills you can get. They are as silent as you can get, but that sound that you're hearing is air, and it's air moving through the gears. And yeah, it's not the most pleasant thing in the world. But, again, most of the time when you're wearing a paraffin hand treatment and you're sitting back with your own music and you're numb and you don't feel anything, that noise is completely null and void.
Do you get a foot massage at the same time?
Not from me.
I just thought I'd try. I'm trying to think how to make it, because everybody says that, you go to a dentist and they're like, just that sound. There's a sound. And what I do like about your office, and I'm sure people at home are going to know what I'm talking about. You ever walk into a dentist's office and it just has this smell to the
Yes.
office? Do you know, it's
Yeah,
like a doctor's office.
we don't
smell,
have that.
But it
No,
has,
we don't.
No, and that's why I thought I was in the wrong place. When I opened the doors, I'm like, there's water fountains. Wow,
And it
there's a
doesn't
couple.
smell like.
No, it
It's
didn't.
regional, pretty much,
And even
but-
when you guys gave me the tour, which that facility was incredible, every place I turned, I couldn't even believe there was dentist chairs in there. It was just like, I almost felt like, where's Waldo? Like, what's wrong with this picture? We have a caller.
Ah.
See that already?
All right, wonderful.
Wow, thank you. Welcome to the Health and Wellness Hour. You are live on the air. Who is this?
This is Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Diane.
How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for calling our show this evening.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And what brings you to our phone call? Do you have any questions for our special guests, Dr. Dean and Dr. Berry?
No, I just go to that dentist.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah, I've been going for years to Dr. Berry.
Excellent. And can you tell us, for the folks at home that have never been to the facility, your experience there? I know that you've been going for years, but what do you like most about it?
It's just everyone is so good to you from when you first walk in until you leave, and they care about you, and I get great dental care, and I look forward to going back all the time. And it's just like a spa. It's
Thank
so
you,
nice to be
Diane.
there.
Yeah, thanks, Diane.
Well, that's wonderful. And it's nice to know that people are there, because everybody who I saw in the office looked extremely happy in that waiting room. And not that anybody was
Yeah.
waiting for a long time, but it was very calming. If you told me I had to go out in the waiting room, I wouldn't have minded.
No, Dr. Berry's the best.
Well,
Hey.
thank you so much.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Dean.
Diane.
Diane, what I'd like you to do, I don't know if you have a pen, but I'd like you to email me your personal information, because at the end of this evening, we're going to draw some names for this prize pack that I'd love to send you. But I would need
Okay.
your address or at least a phone number, because I can contact you after the show to get the rest of the information.
Okay, my phone number is...
Oh, you don't have to give it on the air. No. I'm going to have you email it to me. I'm going to have you email it
Okay,
to
what
me.
is your email?
It is Maryann, Maryann, at
Okay.
Neozoe. It's NEOSZOE.com. And Diane, if you email me,
NEOSCOE.com. Okay, so I will email you after the show.
NEOSZOE.com. Yes.
Okay,
And you could
thank you.
email me your phone number, and if we pick out your name from the prize pack, if you're listening, I will give you a call so I can get that sent right out to
Okay,
you.
so I can email you after the show. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Diane.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much, Diane,
Diane.
for calling in and
Appreciate it.
supporting.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice phone call.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
You know, I think I'd like to mention something about that call, which she mentioned the people and you're taking care of. It truly is about the people. It's about the team, and we have the greatest team I think you could ever assemble of people who work with us every day. And I know we're both honored to go in every day and turn the key and work with them. And I know that they feel that about us as well. And so I think the patients feel that there's this camaraderie and a true love with the staff. Because dentistry in and of itself isn't the most pleasant experience.
Right.
So if you're around people who are pleasant, it sort of helps.
It does. And one thing I will say that I did notice in that office, everybody has a smile on their face at all times. From every corner that we turned, everybody greeted you with a smile. So I agree with
Yeah.
you there.
But, a happy staff and a pleasant working environment, and you know what I mean. That really does go through right.
Oh my
through
God, yes,
to,
that's
I
everything.
mean, it's just the whole customer experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Other businesses would kill to get that.
I've never heard of this. I've never heard of anything like this,
No.
ever.
I know a lot of our listeners haven't either.
Yeah, we hadn't either.
It just kind of happened upon us.
Amazing.
No, like what Devon was saying. If you surround yourself with wonderful people, wonderful things happen. It's really true. We don't just we do handpick everybody where
Right.
they're very high educated individuals but there's only so much that intelligence can come. You also need somebody that's going to be caring
Right.
and they're really going to be concerned about other people.
The human touch.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's sometimes the hardest thing to find.
Yeah, wow.
And it is, and sometimes, I've been to doctor's offices, and you just feel the tenseness. You know what I mean? From the time you walk in through,
Oh, absolutely.
you're sitting there waiting, so you have nothing to do but
What's that?
observe.
It's a
all
white
this.
coat syndrome, right?
Yes. And that's the other thing. That's a good point,
Yeah.
Richie, because when you walk in there, there's no white coats, and I took
Not
notice
one.
of that. Or there wasn't like the bright blue scrubs and stuff that you're used to
yeah.
seeing on people. And it was just kind of what you guys are wearing now. You
Yeah.
have the khaki pants on, and I called it a golf shirt because it's perfect.
It's like a spa.
It's wonderful. It really is. And they also have a soundproof room that was the music room / child room, and I thought that was awesome. I
Yeah,
need
yeah,
to
it's-
inherit
it is
that.
pretty
That's
cool.
just a great twist right there.
Oh, I could hang in there all day.
Yes,
Yeah.
you could.
Yeah. Do you play the piano?
Sure. I do.
I think a lot of kids that come there would say the exact same thing.
Oh, with that. Oh, that's funny. That's
I'll
really
be here all week.
Oh, I'm sure. We have another caller. it's going to be a busy night for you guys. Well, welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. You're live on the air. Who is this?
Hi, my name's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. How are you this evening?
Good, how are you?
Very good. I'm so glad that you called and being part of the show this evening. Would you like to share
Okay,
an
thanks for taking my call.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would you like to ask a question to our guests or just tell us a little bit about if you've actually visited the Art of Dentistry and Spa or whatever you want to ask? The floor is yours.
Well, I've actually been a patient of both Dr. Berry and Dr. Dean for several years, and I just wanted to call up and say how great the office really is. And the staff is very happy and they're very friendly. And I actually like going there, and I don't go to other doctors.
I can understand
Jessica.
why. I was only there once and I didn't want to leave, like I said. So.
Yeah, it's a nice place. When you have people who are working in an environment that's just pleasant and it's beautiful and it's clean, they treat you better. So I tell all my friends they should go to this dentist's office because they have to see it to believe it. And I really just was excited to call in.
Oh, no, and I thank you for doing that. And I don't think we'll hear of any bad experiences at the Art of Dentistry and Spa. I really don't think so, because to your point, you bring up a very important point, Jessica, and that is that when the staff is happy and everything is going, it's a much better experience, like what we've been talking about here about the human touch. So I completely agree with you. And
Yeah, and a lot of them have been there for a long time, and I'm friends with most of them now. We text message about movies and shows that we like because they're all just there. There's no turnover like I've had at other offices because they just seem to love working there and they love what they do.
Hey, that's not allowed.
well, Jessica, I thank you so much for calling. And what we're doing
Thank you,
is
Jessica.
Yeah, thank you very much.
the Art of Dentistry and
sure.
Spa, and Dr. Dean and Dr. Berry put a wonderful gift basket here that we are going to pull some names later from the callers, and somebody's going to win this gift basket. So if you could just email me your phone number, so this way if you win, I could contact you to get your information to send you the gift pack.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, and my email is Maryann. It's MARYANN, and it's at neoszoe. It's NEOSZOE.com.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Thank you, Jessica. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much
Jess.
for calling.
Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, doctors.
Bye-bye.
See, I think those are wonderful calls, and
Yeah.
it's a wonderful, testimonials to
Or
you guys.
genuinely happy patients.
Yeah, and it's humbling though too.
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding like we're sitting up here aggrandizing, it's very humbling to have people call into a show like this and attest to what we're really delivering there.
Absolutely. And it's funny, I'm friends with a couple of dentists, and one thing that they said is that, and I don't know if this is true or not, maybe you could tell me, but the occupation of being a dentist probably has one of the highest suicide rates around. Hold on, we have another caller coming in. Thank you so much for calling the Health and Wellness Show. You are live on the air. Who are we speaking to?
Hi, my name is Emily.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We are doing very, very well. And we're here with our guests tonight, Dr. Jean Chencharik and Dr. Berry from the Art of Dentistry and Spa. So I'm thinking,
Well,
do you have a question or experience or something you want to share?
actually, I happen to know them both very well. I'm actually employed at the Art of Dentistry.
Oh, wow.
Hi,
Here we
Emily.
go.
Now we get
yeah,
into
so
it.
I see them on a daily basis. They're awesome.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Oh,
You're not too bad yourself, Emily. We love you.
How long have you worked at?
And brownie points.
How long have you worked there?
I have been there for 7 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've
yeah,
seen.
once someone works there, they don't want to leave.
I can understand that. I can understand that. So, what's the best part of your day at the Art of Dentistry and Spa?
Honestly, truthfully, it's walking through the doors and just seeing the staff there. Me and my coworker Jenna were talking about it today. It's just we love the people there, and they really make each day something to look forward to.
Oh, that's really sweet. You don't hear that often at places
I
at all.
really thought she was going to say the lunchtime massage. No.
Well, I mean, that's a close second, but
Well, do you,
it's truly walking through the front doors.
so
Because you see the passion in what they do, and it's almost contagious. You know, it makes you want to strive to be better because you know they're trying their hardest, and this is their passion.
oh wow, that's like the ultimate compliment, guys. And thank you, Emily.
I know, I'm trying really hard.
You're doing really well.
No,
I
you-
think at this point they're going to owe you a massage by the time we're done with
I
this
know.
conversation.
Well,
I know.
it's okay. I'll pass on this one. Next one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Emily, I think you may have my information by now at that office.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Em, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thanks.
Yes, and what
It was
we'll do
So
is
you guys are doing awesome. We're so proud of you.
we're going to put you in
Oh,
for the
thank you.
drawing for the gift pack because you are calling the show, and later on, our dentist will pull a name from here and we'll announce that at the end of the show. So thank you so much for taking the time, calling in, taking my calls, because now that you're talking, I recognize your voice. I do recognize your voice. So thank you for everything.
Emily helped put together that lovely basket.
I
She
did.
did
I
a
did.
great
All her.
job. She really did.
Oh,
I was
really?
watching it, and I was impressed that she could find everything to put together there.
She did a great
If I had
job.
to do it,
Thank
it wouldn't have
you.
came out like that.
She's got the pretty ribbons, everything
Oh,
color
yeah.
coordinated. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Emily is
Oh,
like
well,
the
thank you guys.
Emily's a jack of all trades, I guess, at our office. She's our social media coordinator. She's our go-to person for anything that just happens to be in my hand at the minute that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
She's an amazing administrative staff member, very well educated. She's just, like everybody there. We're really proud of everybody there.
No, it's definitely teamwork makes the dream work. That's our motto there. So.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Help each other out.
I
We have
love
to write
it.
that down.
Yes, you might have to put that on a shirt or a pillow someplace.
Let's make T-shirts. Let's make bumper stickers. We got this.
Absolutely. That's funny. That's really funny. Well, the two words that you'll always hear, I guess, Emily, is "you're hired," because, with somebody like
Thank you.
yeah, with somebody like that on your staff, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Emily, thank you so
Awesome.
much for your call
Thank you guys.
and your
you.
Thanks,
support.
Em.
All right,
Bye,
thanks.
guys. Great
Bye.
job.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Wow, now you have patients and staff.
Yeah, scary.
That's really good.
It's review time. That's
Oh, is it review time? Maybe raise time too. I
Let's
don't know.
start reading Yelp reviews.
Yeah. I'll write to
Let's
Google.
really get down to it.
Aw, that's really funny. Well, if you're listening, we have callers that are joining in and getting in on our little raffle for the basket. You can do so too by calling 609-241-7103. And this evening, we actually have commercial sponsors this evening that we would like to do. And the first one we can actually do right now, right, Art?
yes, we can.
We're good. So we're going to take a 30-second break. Here's a message from one of our sponsors.
If addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues control your life, and you are ready for change, the Recovery Spot offers expert outpatient care for addiction, pain disorders, and mental health issues. We offer focused, high-quality treatment specifically designed for you. The Recovery Spot, we offer new hope for those suffering from pain and addiction. www.recoveryspotny.com. We're located in New York City.
Thank you, and welcome back to the Health and Wellness Show. And we are sitting here with our special guests, Dr. Berry and Dr. Chencharik from the Art of Dentistry and Spa. And we're back, and we already have another caller.
Before break.
This is amazing. Welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. You are live on the air. Who is this?
This is Shar McCallum.
Hi, Shar. How are you doing?
I am very good. I
Shar.
am loving this show. I think it's a great, great idea.
Oh, thank you.
I'm loving it. Shar is part of City of Angels.
Oh, hi,
so
Shar.
welcome and thank you. And you should be honored because,
Hi, thank
Shar,
you.
this is the
Yeah,
first
thank
time
you.
you're calling into our show. So thank you so much.
I think it is. I think you're absolutely right. But I do have a question for the doctors.
Yes.
Go for it.
As you know, City of Angels, we deal with a lot of people that are in recovery, and they've been out, not taking care of themselves at all, until they get into recovery. And a lot of things that we notice is they're dental hygiene has been very poor, and they need, a lot of help in that area. What process? How would you suggest they go about doing this? Just come in for an exam? What should they do? Because I know a lot of them, do want to take care of themselves once they're in recovery. And what would you think the first steps should be?
Well, I mean, I don't know about Dr. Berry, but I think the first thing is just pick up the phone and give us a call. Emily, that you just heard from, is one of the women that answers the phone. So you can see it's very inviting atmosphere. And then from there, it's come in for an exam, or if there's an emergency, come in for an emergency exam. And from there, we can just kind of evaluate what you need. The first step is, like I always say, the first step, usually if there's no pain, is taking care of the gums. It's the next step at brushing and flossing. Once you get the gums, you get the foundation, and then from there, the world is yours. Kind of, you can treat smoothly without, and anything that's kind of occurring, you can kind of get to in a reasonable amount of time. It's just a matter of just picking up the phone and coming in for an exam, really.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other question I had is, a lot of them do not have insurance. How would they go about either should they get insurance, or is there any sort of payment plan, or how could they handle that?
That's a good question. Let me piggyback off the first question, though. First is, for someone who's rebuilding their lives, and that's the kind of people that you're talking about, the first step is the best step. And unfortunately, as dentists and in dentistry, we're not always the first step, and we understand that. But for someone who's rebuilding their lives, this next phase, the first step to us, that's the next step to take, and it's the one that's going to really truly get them on the road to health and wellness. We toss around this word wellness all the time, and what does it mean? And what wellness really means is that you've taken care of your body enough and you're healthy enough that it can sort of take care of itself. And a lot of what goes into that is our mouths and our oral cavity, and it's the way we get all of our nutrients, and it's the way we start by taking care of ourselves. So the first step for us is to come in for an examination and just get started, even if it's the smallest thing. It's very important. So someone who's rebuilding their lives, again, not to repeat myself, but first step is the best step. Give a call, get an exam, and just get started.
Honestly, it's also the most important step.
Yeah.
Just being able to get in, and I know when we're there, or when patients are in the chair, a lot of the times it's just, we're not worried about what happened. We're not worried about the past, because the past doesn't really affect the future. Honestly, it's just you're trying to move forward, and I think taking the first step to moving forward is actually taking a step.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then in regard to, I think your second question, which was insurances, and honestly, I don't even get into insurance too much, but a lot of dentistry is it's not fully covered to begin with. But at least at our office, we have wonderful staff that could easily go into that. They're dedicated to that aspect, just like me, Dr. Berry, Dr. Rowland, Dr. Blick are dedicated to the dentistry. There's somebody at our office that would be able to explain to you or whoever's calling the intricacies, because every insurance is different. The lack thereof of insurance is different than when you have it, and then payment plans are even another monster. So it's not easy. It's not an easy over the airwaves answer, unfortunately.
Right. But for someone who's concerned about that, and it is a very viable concern. It's important to know
hear
that.
it a lot.
Sure,
yes.
and it makes sense because it's real.
We do too. Yes.
But it's important to understand that we have on our staff, and many dental offices have, but in our dental office, we're very proud. We have on our staff 4 or 5 full-time people who are dedicated to providing you the answers to your insurance coverage, payment plans, and all the like, and they can do that over the phone. So if someone who has an insurance card and has questions about, hey, what is this covered under, and what are the limits and what's going to be out of pocket. We have people who are trained for years and have years of experience in answering those questions, and we'd love for them to give a call.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. And give a plug out to your location again.
Oh, it's 32 World's Fair Drive, Somerset, New Jersey.
Somerset. Okay,
Yes.
great.
And the phone number.
thank you.
Okay.
is-
Oh, there you go.
phone
Great
nu-
talking to you guys. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
No,
Bye-bye, Charlotte.
and that phone number is 732-846-7100.
You got it.
See, we're all thinking on the same wavelength. I just wrote that down.
What about
collective
be-
consciousness.
because we really deal with a lot of people that have opiate addictions and stuff. Do you have pain alternatives to getting procedures done other than?
Yeah, that's a really important point, especially
That's
now.
a great question.
I think first of all, by and large, less and less dentists and oral surgeons and people in our field are prescribing opiates and opioids. It's certainly a crisis nationally, and we're part of that, and we recognize that. It's difficult to get an opiate or an opioid prescription out of us for certain, and most of the procedures don't really warrant it, to be quite honest. Most of the procedures today, with the techniques and the state-of-the-art equipment that we use, we don't need to go that direction.
Right.
But for the most part, I would say 99% of the time, any procedures that we're doing in the office can easily be handled with at-home Advil. So, we take it seriously at our office.
And with that said, do you do anything with holistic dentistry in your office, or do you touch base on that for people that are interested in the holistic approach?
Yeah, holistic
You're
dentistry
talking to 'em.
is certainly becoming, the hot thing, if you will. I'm doing a number of consults daily for patients who are interested in alternative or holistic means of dental care. And certainly there are materials and methods out there that I employ that someone could say that, yes, I had my dentistry done, I had my dental care done, it was done holistically. And what that basically means is you're getting the dental care that you need and deserve with the healthiest way possible.
Right.
So with the least amount of effects or side effects to you. And so I'm proud to say that in our office, we're very holistically minded.
Okay, perfect. We have another caller coming in.
Wonderful.
Good evening. Welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. You are live on the air. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Mitch.
Hi, Mitch. How are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, hon.
And I'm assuming that you would like to call in. And do you have any questions for our two doctors here, Dr. Dean and Dr. Berry? Or did you have an
it's
experience?
more or less a cosmetic question.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, guys.
Hi.
My name is Mitch, and I had a quick question for you. I don't currently, I'm not a patient of the art of dentistry at this point, but I had some bonding done on my front teeth about 8 years ago, and it seems like the color of the front teeth don't necessarily match the rest of my front teeth. So I was wondering what the best way to go about whitening those teeth is. Obviously I can't use a tray at this point, I would think, because I think you have to get rid of the, whatever it is on, the bonding material beforehand. But I was just curious how you guys would go about taking care of that.
Well, there's a couple different ways of doing it, but one of the ways is pretty simple. It's if you haven't had a cleaning in a while, which I don't know if you have or not, but that's a very simple way of getting some of the calculus or the bacteria off that can turn a tooth yellow. Others are sometimes if it's bonding, it's as simple as polishing the bonding up with the appropriate equipment. Sometimes it's you need a new bonding if you've had it for a number of years, and then last but not least, it could be you need to move from bonding to what we call a lab fabricated restoration, which is something that is similar to bonding, but it has a little bit better longevity. It's
right.
hard.
Now,
Yeah.
honestly, I go to a dentist every 6 months, so
Yeah.
the teeth are clean, and
Perfect.
that's all there. It's just the two front teeth are a little shade off, so I was just curious,
Yeah.
the best way to go about that.
If
Because I'd like to get them to white.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I was going to say, without seeing you, sometimes it's if when they did the bonding, they probably polished it with a special brush. Sometimes that's the first step. If you go in with your hygienist, I would say ask that first, and then if that doesn't work, then you could talk with your dentist about new bonding or other means to kind of shine it back up or change the shade, as we call it, or change the color.
all right, guys. Well, listen, thank you very much, and have a great holiday.
Thank you, Mitch. It was a great question, by the way.
Mitch, by the way, they
Good
have
night.
Mitch. Are you
Uh-oh.
still there? Mitch? Okay, I guess
Nope.
not.
Bye, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
I'll still put his name here if he hears us later.
never know.
Yeah, never know. But, it's so funny. Have you ever had an experience that I just have to ask for giggles here? Did you ever have an
Probably.
experience where
Yes,
you
the
were
answer is probably yes.
where you're doing bonding and you pick out the shade? Because I was at a dentist's office and I see they have like the tubes there, and they're
Yeah.
trying to match up. Did you ever do something and then all of a sudden work on it and be like, oh no, I think I got the wrong match here? Has that ever happened?
Yeah, that actually happened yesterday to me.
Oh.
And you want to know what happened?
What?
Because I'm absolutely crazily neurotic. I sat the patient back down and I redid it there. And she was looking at it because she saw it before and she goes, I didn't even see that it was anything different in the first place. I
Oh,
go,
wow.
I did. So I was like, sometimes the dentistry is not about you. It's about me.
Because did you ever have like that heart go in your stomach feeling when you took it off going, wow, this is not the way it was supposed to come
Luckily,
out?
no, because it's easy to fix. You just redo it. But yeah, if you're a dentist and you're a cosmetic dentist, it's happened to you. If it hasn't, something's going wrong, or you're not actually a dentist. So
At least that's an honest answer. I got to give you that.
Yeah, that's a good
It
point.
happens. I know.
yeah,
Things happen.
Stuff happens.
exactly. Yeah, stuff happens. Yeah,
That's kind of funny. I'm glad for your honesty. I just had to ask. 'Cause
that's why I'm the comic relief, because I'll tell the truth, whether or not it makes me look good or bad.
well, that's what I do because when I give a massage, they're like, oh, that hurts. Oh, maybe that wasn't supposed to do that, even though you knew you were supposed to, And I'm like, what? No, I'm only kidding.
Well, it's not like Benjamin Moore. We're not like going to the store and saying like, okay, this is the shade. Let's go. Let's do it.
You can put a little swatch on it.
We're
Yeah.
dealing with translucency. We're dealing with reflectivity.
Right.
We're dealing with something that now it's gotta be in this person's bite. They have to chew with it. They have to eat with it. It has to look good. So yeah, sometimes you have to redo something if it doesn't look perfect.
And
Yeah.
do you get like difficult people in the chair being like, that's not the way it's supposed
No,
to look?
everybody's a dream. All my patients, if you're listening, are amazing.
I love it.
The pure honesty there, Devin.
I just thought I'd ask, be like, wow. Because I know it's funny because I had needed some, work and it was very mild. Because my dentist asked me, like, why are you afraid? Because I've never even had a filling, knock on wood, And he's just like, why are you afraid of me? I was like, I don't know. I just don't like the equipment. I just don't like anything about this. And he's probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, right? But you're sitting there and you watch your faces, because we're looking at you from a different angle.
yeah.
And you could see when something's not going the way they originally planned. Because all of a sudden you see them look at their assistant like the eyes,
help us out.
like help us or get that. I got to fix this. And then it's like, okay, bite down. Well, how does that feel? Doesn't feel like it did before I walked in here. I can
Yep.
tell you there's something wrong. What do you mean there's something?
Yeah.
No, everything will work. You'll get used to it. I was back, and I never go back. I'm one of those. But I had to go
no.
back the next day and say, I really can't eat with this. I don't know what you did or what happened. And
I will say that does happen, but I don't think the words "you'll get used to it" have ever come out of my mouth or Devin's. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
He's like, you'll get used to it. Just because it's new, we just did it. One of those. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it like 24 hours. But then I really went home and I'm like,
No, it's wrong.
There's something wrong. Like
Something's
my
off.
bite is off, And then I went back and he goes, then he looked at it the next day and he goes, oh yeah, it is off, and he fixed it. It was no problem.
I do the opposite. I go in and I go, "How's it feel?" And the patient will look up, at the puppy dog eyes and go, "I don't know." And I go, "Just give me something. Like, let me double check." I do that all the time.
Well, what I did see yesterday, because you guys have a Facebook page, if you'd like to share that. I think it is the Art of Dentistry and Spa. And we saw a picture of you, Dr. Dean, with two children. And I think it might have been their first visit to the office. I'm not sure.
It was.
How did that go?
Actually,
children.
actually amazing.
Dean's great with kids.
Is he?
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
He's like a kid himself. That's
Yeah,
probably why.
yeah.
I wasn't.
We were
gonna say
playing
that.
with Legos.
That's all you.
And
I
then,
gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
With him.
yeah. We were playing video games and then Legos, and then we read a book, and there was no dentistry. No, I'm kidding. No, they were actually great. Those they were 2 girls of a set of 3 little girls, if I remember correctly, and they were a dream. They were like the nicest patients. No, the nicest patients I saw all day. No, they're all nice patients. Like Devon said, they're all wonderful. But no, they were sweet. They were for the first time at the dentist. I think I would have been scared out of myself. And they came in with smiles on their faces. They were open like alligators, as I like to say, and they were ready to go. I was impressed. Mom was sitting there, just with a smile on her face too, and I don't think I've ever seen 2 little girls actually act the way that they were acting. They were great. They were really nice. They were pleasant to be around. Believe it or not, most little kids are great. It's just, when you scare them. And the goal is, like we said, they're just like adults. I try not to scare them, try to give a comfortable environment, the playroom.
Right.
We have a toy box.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I play with them all the time. No. But yeah, it was great. We try to get a lot of photos. Like today, we did a large rehab case, and at the end, I'm getting selfies with the patients. Yeah, you got to have a little bit of fun.
Well, it is fun, and you guys do that. But now the children come in, and you make their visit nice and easy. Do you get adults that act like children when they're in the chair? Because I'm one of them. Just telling you.
Yeah, of course. I'm one of them, honestly. Devon treated me, and
Really?
I'm not fun as a patient. It's hard for me to get numb.
Oh, do share, Devon.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's taking off the glasses. He's going. It was like a nightmare for him. I feel bad. But yeah, it happens all the time. We're trying to.
We do make the worst patients because, your patient is you're the dentist, and now
We
your
know.
patient's telling
We
you
know
what to
better.
do. And it's frustrating, but
Thanks.
that's just Dean.
Yeah.
Does he sit in the chair and be judgmental of what you're doing? Like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Or that's
Yeah, yeah.
perfect.
No.
Or I would do it like this. That's not the way I do it.
Yeah.
No, that's the worst.
We're all very
you
opinionated.
got to get me in the chair, right? That's right.
Yeah.
He's like, can you sit down so I could do the work? No, I gotta go do that.
So that means you just have to get a toy from the toy box and give it to
Yeah.
Dr. Dean, and he'll be
You
fine.
gotta hand me my phone and then I play quietly.
A busy box.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, for all you listeners at home, if you'd like to call the show, you can call us at 609-241-7103. And they brought a lovely prize pack here with an electronic Sonicare toothbrush. I got my eyes on that, just so you know.
Yeah.
Some toothpaste and even a massage gift certificate, which I think is amazing. So do they get the massage before the dentist treatment or after?
It could be either. It's just not during.
It's not
Because
during.
we have a separate room for that.
Oh.
That's a little bit calmer and less dentistry.
It's beautiful. I was
Yeah,
taken
thank
in
you.
that room. I didn't want to leave. I'm telling you, I'm
It
going to
is
be
really-
there
yeah.
before you know it. I
Once
will
in a
be.
blue moon,
Thanks.
you'll catch Dr. Berry taking a nap in
That's-
that room.
I can understand
That's
that.
hearsay. That is hearsay.
That is hearsay.
Yeah, no.
I could see how you could do that, though. I was in
Oh,
that room. It is the most
You
peaceful,
could
calming
definitely take a nap in that room.
room. And I mean, I am a massage therapist, and I'd probably
Yeah.
be working on somebody and struggling. Going, wow, I could take a nap right now. I'm only kidding. But
We have a wonderful massage therapist. We've been mentioning everybody else. We might
Yeah.
as well mention Nancy, who's phenomenal at what she does. Every once in a while, she needs to take a kink out of my neck or back, and she does amazing. So I speak the world of her.
yeah, it's amazing. I'm telling you, if you have not gone to their website, you can do so. Can you give out your website again?
Yeah, sure. It's www.theartofdentistry.nj.com.
And they can get an actual virtual tour on that link, beside looking at all the pictures of our wonderful dentist there, because I've been through that site. It's a very nice site. It really is well done.
Thank you.
Dr. Berry designed it. He
Oh, did
did a
you?
wonderful job.
I have a really great website designer. His name is Toto Tasso. And Toto and I have been redesigning and designing our website since, I'm going to guess, 2006. This is probably the third or fourth rendition of our website. And as you know, they could They evolve all the time.
Right.
They don't get less expensive, but we're proud of this website. And I think the most important thing about this site is that the virtual tour, as you keep mentioning, which thank you, for you to not, if you don't understand, how could you go to a spa in a dental office because you're thinking of the drill and screaming children? You'll see that it's beautifully done. It's beautifully laid out. It's very, very large. The rooms are soundproof, and it's just amazingly relaxing. So yeah, www.theartofdentistry.nj.com.
Thank you very much. And they also could call for an appointment or consultations at 732-846-7100. And another person I'd like to point out in your office that's been really conducive to making this work today. And what I like, what everybody's saying is you have this team behind you that you guys can focus on the dentistry and do your craft, and the office just runs flawlessly. You have an office manager there named Susan. And I have to say, absolutely wonderful person, making sure you guys were here tonight, making sure everything was working. And I always say, you guys are going to look at me crazy, but behind every good man is a better woman.
It's not just one in our office.
No,
There's
it's not.
many.
It's many. And I saw that
Many.
there. But what I thought, too, is when I'm sitting there, I've worked in offices before, too, and everybody gets along. Like I said, it's a smile. And if somebody doesn't know an answer when I was standing there, they ask somebody else. That person came out with a smile. How can I help you? How can I help you? And I think that was really an amazing thing to see, because I've been to many dentists' office, I'm sure as all of you have, and the receptionist might not even give you eye-to-eye contact, like, do you have your insurance information? And, it's almost drilled in, it's repetitious to them and all. In your office, I had to stop short and say, I'm in the right place. She goes,
Stop
I get
looking
that.
at me?
Well, she's like, I get this question all the time, I was like, am I in the right place? Because I just did not expect all of that.
Yeah.
So it's a really unique experience. I like it because it is like mind, body, spirit approach also to dentistry. I think it will alleviate people's nerves if they're going in, because I know a lot of people, but getting back to my point, the dentists that I talked to said that dentistry, and I don't know why, you guys have the highest rate of suicide, unless it's because of listening to all of us complain, about what goes on. But what makes you think that could be true if it is a true statistic? It's something that's been said to me more than once. And what would make you go down that route?
Well,
Is
it's the music.
I love that.
I think that dentistry in and of itself, it could be a very stressful profession and also a stressful business. And it's one of the few things that I can think of, at least, few jobs, if you will, that you are a business owner, a doctor, so you're the caregiver, you're the bookkeeper, you're human resource manager, all rolled up into one, and probably more. And at the same time, the dentistry itself, if you really care, and I believe our whole team does, but if you really care about delivering the highest quality care that you can every day, there's going to be times when you feel like you can't do the perfection that you were taught because of the limitations of the body, or the limitations of the work, or time requirements, or a very sick individual. And it can get very, very stressful. So that's probably some of the reasons. And also, we happen to be working through a mirror upside down in the dark in a soaking wet environment.
This is true.
That's 2 inches by 3 inches big. So there's that as well.
How do you get used to using that mirror in reverse and doing what you guys do? Because that's amazing. I mean, I look in the mirror and just even applying makeup, and you're like, oh, God, I missed a spot. How do you do that backwards, reverse?
Trust your eyes.
Yeah.
Trust your eyes. Don't
I
listen
like
to
how
what
it
your
looks
mind
at me
is
like
saying.
I have some secret reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just remember
Lots of practice.
from a long time ago in dental school, you trust your eyes, not what your brain is saying. So your brain is telling you left, but you know that it's going right because your eyes are seeing right. And that's a difficult concept to explain.
Yeah, it is.
Especially on the radio. But
Imagine
you
doing
trust
your
your
job
eyes.
through the rearview mirror every day, all day long.
Wow.
Dear, that must be terribly uncomfortable.
That's awesome.
Just drive to work backwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of we could probably do it.
You possibly.
Probably could.
We've done it once.
Because that's something that you don't think of as a dentist, because we're in the chair, we don't see it. But then
It's actually a pretty good question,
Going
like,
like,
without
how do
thinking
you
about
have
it,
that
yeah.
mirror? And then one time I thought, okay, well, I'll buy one of those kits in the store, so you want to
Yeah.
try it yourself. And then you're in the mirror going, well, how do they do that? Because I couldn't get it. I was like,
Everyone wants to ask that question, so
Yeah.
so you asked it.
not just saying.
There's a
It's hard.
difficult test that we have to take, and you have to fold boxes. Do you remember the
Oh
test?
God, yeah.
Oh, really? Yes. Wow.
Yeah, and you just, I don't know. I guess you have a little bit of inherent ability about it. I don't know. Really, honestly, it's just practice makes perfect a lot of times. And, every once in a while, close your eyes.
Just feel your way
Yeah.
with those sharp tools. Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Oh, that'd be horrible. No.
What do you say that you see most, like, in your practice, like, when people come in for appointments? What do you mostly deal with?
Honestly, a little bit of everything.
Don't say teeth either, because
Yeah.
I got that.
Lots of teeth. We see people. No.
Yeah.
It really is a little bit of everything.
But there's trends.
You
know?
think so? Yeah. Every once in a while, you go through a month or 2 months where you see a bunch of root canals or patients that need root canals or Invisalign, or you just do a lot of fillings or crowns. Our office, though, it's holistic or cosmetic, we see everything.
Yeah.
We do everything. Things that we don't do, we refer out. But honestly, I think our bread and butter would be like fillings and crowns and what you would think a regular dental practice would be. It's just, I know with us, it's a matter of taking our time and making sure that the end product is what what you're supposed to be getting, not just a little bit of white that looks like mush.
Right.
The tooth, I say this all the time, the tooth was made with hills and valleys, and you were born with it. It should end with hills and valleys when the dentist is done with it. It shouldn't just be something that gets slopped in there and go, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. No, it's a medical field.
Right.
God forbid your cardiologist would say, don't worry about it. Or, your orthopedic surgeon says, you'll get used to it. It's not about that. It's about, treating the patient with the care and the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, I think right now the trend in just me personally in the practice is that 90% of my new patient consults or new patient exams are people who want their mercury fillings removed safely.
I was just going to ask you
very
about that.
important.
Yeah, that's right now. I can't tell you how many people are seeking us out for that because there's really not a lot of dentists out there that were willing to invest the time in and the fees and the specialized equipment and the education to do it properly. And we're an office that does do it. So we're able to remove mercury-containing fillings for patients safely by adhering to a few of the principles and a few of the protocols that are laid out by some of the different organizations out there. So that's been, I'd say, 90% of what I'm doing now.
Right. And when you guys have to do a filling for somebody, what material do you use now?
Resin. We use either white composite resin or porcelain. That's the two main materials we're using. We use the term porcelain, but it's white, mostly white fillings. We don't do any silver fillings, no metal at all.
Okay.
Like the mercury fillings,
Right.
would that date back to a certain time frame for
well-
someone was wondering if they had mercury?
Unfortunately, no, because there are still dentists that do that.
Oh, they do?
But
Oh, wow.
there was a date. Our office hasn't done mercury fillings for 25, 30 years.
I would just think you would
But-
see more of that in the 60s. and,
Yeah, that's what.
possibly the
Yeah,
70s.
you do see patients that had a lot of restorations back then. That's what usually the restoration is. But every once in a while, you come in with a little kid, or a teenager, or a 25-year-old that has a bunch of silver fillings, and you go, "How did that?"
Here's what's sad about that is mercury fillings were invented in 1816. So 1816 was when mercury fillings
TV
came
mark.
out. And we've been using them ever since. It's kind of an amazing thing. I mean, I have very strong personal opinions on it. Mercury is an element that the Environmental Protection Agency has said is a hazardous material, yet somehow it's safe to put into people's mouths. It just seems very strange to me.
Right.
That blows my mind. Whenever
Yes.
I was waiting for you to say that, because that just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It boggles the mind. Don't worry about it. It's in your tooth.
Yeah, but that's the history of it. I mean, we use the term in dentistry, and people toss around a term of silver fillings,
Right.
which is really a misnomer. Your mercury-containing fillings are about 23% silver. 50+% is mercury, which, again, is a biohazard, is toxic. So I advocate the removal of mercury fillings safely for my patients, and I feel very good about it. I know that I'm doing a good service.
Right. And, you know, it's funny that you're mentioning this because I studied like a lot of the bioenergetic meridian charts and all, and they say your teeth, depending on the number of the tooth and all, are connected with internal organs energetically. So if there's a problem with your tooth, you should also look internally as well as the organ that it's related to.
Correct. Yeah.
And these people that have had these mercury fillings, and then we've heard, you know, the downfall of the mercury fillings, and now you're doing a great service by taking them out. I have to agree with that. And it's very toxic to the body, and that's what it's been said. Have you ever had like where somebody comes in, they have a mouthful of mercury fillings, you've worked with them over a period of time, you've removed them. Have you seen their actual overall health restored over that period of time as you were removing those mercury fillings?
I've had people claim that they are healthier as we do it properly and safely. Again, you have to understand that, and I've seen like that tooth meridian chart as well. Mercury itself is an element, and it gets into every single cell in the body. So it doesn't. We don't always see what we think we're going to see regarding someone who is mercury toxic. We don't know if it's going to affect their lungs, their brain, their liver, their kidney. We don't know, and that's because it gets everywhere, and it's very evasive and invasive. So, you know, I've certainly had patients that we bring through a proper mercury removal program and claim that they have positive results. And I know we're not doing a disservice.
Right.
Right.
No.
So
Absolutely.
So I feel, you know, great about it. Yeah. And I've had patients that say, you know, thank you, hug me.
Yeah, because in my practice, I've seen people that have had the fillings removed, and they claim the same thing, you know, and it's, you know, basically them. It's anecdotal evidence. I understand that. You know, I do understand that. But at the same time, they're like, I actually overall feel better. It took over a period of time, and I've had people tell me that.
I mean, anytime you're removing a heavy metal from the body, it's
Yeah.
going to be, you're probably going to
huge.
see some positive effects.
Absolutely. Well, for those of you tuning in, if you'd like to call and speak to our doctors, Dr. Berry and Dr. I'm going to get this,
try it.
Chencharik.
Yes.
I got it.
All
The
right.
Art of
There you
Dentistry
go.
and Spa. You can call us at 609-241-7103. And if you do, we will register your name for their wonderful gift basket, which has an electronic Sonicare toothbrush, toothpaste, a gift card for a massage. And if nobody calls in, I'm just going to take this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's already claimed. But we would like to take another commercial break from another one of our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Are you constantly living with dysfunction in your life? If so, there's help. Neo Zoe, New Life Through Balanced Living, is a very unique holistic wellness company that's here to help you preserve a healthy balance and eliminate any dysfunction. We use an individual approach through nutrition, massage, and various other holistic practices. You can restore your optimal health and a healthy lifestyle. Visit us on the web at neozoe.com or call us at 732-713-0123. Well, thank you and welcome back to the Health and Wellness Show. And we're here with our very special guest, Dr. Devon Berry and Dr. Dean Chencharik from the Art of Dentistry
Got
and
it.
Spa. And here to talk about their unique experiences, but also telling us things that we might know or not know about dentistry. So one thing that was said on the commercial break by Dr. Dean is our very own musical director, Ryche Chlanda.
Yup.
Yes, he absolutely does not like dentistry. So when we were talking about the show, I was explaining about your office. I'm like, if you go to this office and see what I saw, I said, you will not be afraid of a dentist.
Well, I've never seen anything like this before in my life, you know, and it's a real game changer. You know, not only me, but I think some people are just inherently afraid of the experience of going to a dentist for whatever reason. I mean, I just, since I was a baby, I have an inherent fear of that.
Houston, we have a problem.
But, and it's a necessary thing to do for health. It's a necessary thing. I have just never in my entire life met anyone like you guys and have seen a facility like this. And that's the truth. I've never,
thank you very
ever
much.
seen this. And I've been a lot of places.
What's your biggest fear of the dentist?
Just pain.
Mm-hmm.
Pain and results. Just kind of. I'm a control freak too. So when you sit in the chair and you have to kind of give it up to somebody, you have to really, really trust them. Yeah. It's really, really tough. And but I've never seen anything like this or heard this or just your personalities. I've never seen this before. I mean, your personalities are just very bubbly, just on the money.
Cool.
You know.
Thank you.
And it's funny you say that because that's what I've been telling everybody. Even before the show, I was like, you have to meet these. But I've been there.
No, it's
and I have been.
And
wow.
they have a feeling, even here, and we're not in a dentist office. We're at a radio station. You feel a feeling of competency and comfort with these guys, and fun. Like, yeah. Let's get this done. You're going to have a great experience. You're going to walk away, Rich, feeling great. And you give me that feeling.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
a big compliment. It
That's the truth. What do you think?
So when
Mark?
you go into the dentist?
Soon. Soon. I believe, again, never before in my existence have I felt this kind of feeling.
Well, thank you.
That's wonderful.
Susan, book Richie for 11 o'clock on Monday.
And the music room got me too, So wait, what do you, that's unheard of, having music and having a massage, or a facial.
Or yoga.
Or yoga.
I love that.
mean, come on, that is, I don't know of any other place that does that.
I don't think I do either.
I honestly don't. That's why I'm so amazed with it all. And one thing I would hope, and I have to ask you this because it's one question that somebody had written to me, is about root canals, because you mentioned them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. This is the question, because that seems to be the thing that's like a painful procedure. Some people complain after them. Can you explain exactly what would cause somebody to have a root canal, what it is? Just briefly explain what it is, what happens during a root canal.
He loves doing root canal. I compare it to plumbing, believe it or not.
Okay.
It's really ridiculous, but it makes sense. When you have a root canal, it's an infection, but it's kind of like a clogged pipe. And really what we're doing is we're taking a little tiny instrument and we're unclogging the pipe. And then what happens is that's where you get a lot of the uncomfortableness. If there's an infection, it's not necessarily what we're doing; it's the fact that the tissue was really inflamed and very angry to begin with. And what we do is once we clean the pipe, which is the canal. People think that you lose a tooth or you lose the roots. You don't actually lose the roots; they're still there. They just become hollow. From there, we then plug it with a rubber stopper. That's once the infection's gone. So that's really what it comes down to. That's really what a root canal is. And then from there, you have kind of a hole in the middle of your tooth that you need filled and you need it protected. So depending on how much tooth there is, you can either just fill the hole back like a filling, or you put a crown on it to improve the strength of it. So that's really what a root canal is. I think that's the easiest way of imagining it, because that's how I imagine it.
Well, you're saving the tooth, basically.
Oh, yeah.
In essence.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying, when you have an infection, there's only two routes. It's remove the tooth, because the tooth is associated with the infection, or remove the nerve, the soft tissue, the nerve that has the infection. And if you can remove the infection and keep the tooth, that's always ideal. You can keep the tooth a little bit longer. There's not too many people that would want to remove their tooth earlier.
Right.
So at least it buys you some time.
Right.
And then
Wow.
if you do lose the tooth, there's implants or partials, or there's a lot of other things that could be done, but nothing's really truly like a real tooth.
Do you do the implant procedure?
I'm the one who does the implants. Yeah, he likes the root canals and the holistic stuff. I'm the guy that rolls up the sleeves and takes out the teeth and hopefully get you a new tooth. If we can't save it, we try to replace it.
An implant sounds painful, is it?
No, actually, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, bone doesn't have as much nerve as a tissue and or an alive tooth would. So once the tooth is out, the implant it's really not as uncomfortable. It's really it's kind of I'm not going to say it's an easy procedure, but it's simplistic in nature, meaning that you're placing an implant into a piece into bone, and that doesn't have a lot of nerves, and then you just cover it. So there's a lot of little working details where you have to worry about nerves and blood vessels, but in the end all be all, it's placing.
But it's really a more permanent solution, right? As far as chewing,
as
and eating.
long as you take care of it.
Yeah.
Well, how do you take care of an implant versus regular teeth?
Brush it and floss it.
Okay.
Just like you would anything
Your
else.
regular
But if you lost it, sometimes you lose it for a reason. So you want to make sure that you protect it just like anything else. It's an investment, but it's also a body part. So if you don't take care of it, you could lose it again.
Yeah, and you. It's important to note. I think you mentioned pain. People think of root canals as painful, and what does that really mean? It's associations. So people make these associations, and it kind of like lives on, and you hear about things. But the association of root canal and pain per se is majority of the times people who need root canal treatment are in pain, which is why they need it. And so the association's already been made. And I'd be hard pressed to find back in my memory someone who was in pain during root canal or had pain after, to be quite honest. I mean, I could sit here and I can say that. But it is the associations that people make sometimes that maybe get a little confused.
That's an important point.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to note that we don't take it lightly, and we're not going to do a root canal procedure on someone unless
it's
needs to be done. And
Absolutely
oftentimes those
necessary.
patients come in very acute or very difficult pain. So, but the procedure itself, I don't consider to be a painful procedure.
Okay. I don't know. I've never had one. I'm going off
Right.
what people have said.
Right, and that just stands to reason. It's like this notion of root canal being quote unquote painful, and there's people saying it that haven't had one, and dentistry unfortunately is we kind of fall victim to that because there is a very strong
Negative connotation.
and visceral association made with dentistry and pain,
Right.
which we have to spend our whole lives and careers trying to undo.
Maybe that's where the suicide
I
stuff
know the several root canals I did were actually, they're relieving because you're in a lot of pain.
And then you feel
then
better.
you're not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's more often what I found.
And a lot of it is if you're numb, you don't feel it as much. I mean, because you're numb.
There's nothing worse than a toothache on a Saturday night, man.
No,
And
that's
you're
for
stuck with it,
all
right? I
parties.
mean,
Yes.
That's for all parties.
I mean,
Yeah. But yeah, anesthetic goes a long way with making sure if the patient is numb and as much as they could be numb. Honestly, I tell a lot of patients if you didn't know you're getting a root canal and I've numbed you enough, you wouldn't know. The feelings are similar. I think you could justify that.
Right.
Sometimes it's even less because you don't hear the drill. There's just like a little file kind of being rotated.
all I know is I was in extreme pain, and then I was.
And you got better.
There you go.
Yeah.
You just don't care, All you wanted is to go away.
Absolutely. Well, I'm just going to announce to our listeners that if you want to call in, we have about 15 minutes left of the show. I can't believe it's going this fast. But you could call us at 609-241-7103. We already have about 5 people in our drawing for our gift basket, so you're welcome to call in and be a part of that. So, I have a question for you. See, you really add the fear, Art.
I had to.
I know, that's what I can't stand about a dentist's office is those, but now that you have music.
You don't hear
and all-
that anymore, though.
Not as much, no. Not that sound. That's a gut-wrenching sound right there.
That it is. That would make everybody run the other way.
It
Thanks, Art.
sounded like in the 60s.
Yeah, Art, thanks a
Crank
lot.
came out, yeah.
Yeah, they were hand cranks.
Oh,
Susan, cancel Richie's appointment.
I love it. That's funny. It really is. And what I was going to ask you is like when you're going about your day, right? And you have people in the chair. Do you ever have like those hard days where everybody's afraid to get in the chair and then you have great days where nobody's afraid to get in the chair? Like, and how do you handle that? Like, because when you're dealing with it all day and your day is done, you know, because you do get to finish and go home and have a life, how does that affect you after you leave the office when you have days like that?
Well, you're a professional.
Yeah.
So you dedicate not only what you do for a living, but you dedicate a large part of who you are to what you do for a living. And you hold yourself to a standard. That's the oath that we took. You know, that's part of what it is to be a doctor. We have to provide care to patients regardless of how they present or how they treat us or how we feel about them, because we're professionals and that's what we dedicate our lives to.
That's a good answer. I like that. That's absolutely good.
Thanks.
Hey, we have another caller. Welcome to the Health and Wellness Show. You are live on the air. Who is this?
Hi, guys. It's Jenna.
Oh, hey, Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
How are ya?
How are you?
What's going on?
I just wanted to thank you, Maryann and Rich, for having them on. I've been with the Art of Dentistry and Spa for 23 years,
Oh, wow.
wow.
and it's an amazing place to go and hide all your life experiences and just walk in those doors, because the doctors are amazing, smart, talented, only do the right thing. The staff is my family. I couldn't leave my whole life for all these years if it wasn't so amazing. And so thank you for the opportunity to put them on the air.
Oh, thank you. And it's been our pleasure to have him on the air.
Absolutely.
And actually, Jenna, what you might not know, that we've been doing this show for a little over a year now. And you guys are our first dentists we've ever had on the Health and Wellness Show.
Yeah.
Well, you have the first and the best.
I agree with you there. I absolutely agree with you there. So,
Thank you,
Jenna,
Jenna.
you've been there for 23
very
years,
much.
and that is an amazing.
Yes, I've had the pleasure of starting with Dr. Rowland as senior partner at the time, and actually was a part of hiring Devon and then experiencing the machine, and it's been so wonderful. Really, it just gets better every generation, and it's amazing. I'm so proud.
Oh, thank you. And that's wonderful
Thanks,
to
Jenna.
hear. It really is a testament to the entire practice, you know, doctors and the entire office staff. And I thank you so much for taking the time to call in, and we'll put you in for the gift basket, even though you work there. We'll still put you in.
You can give it to Richie if I won't.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you so much, Jenna.
But I'm sure anyone that calls in and makes an appointment, we treat them like family. Everyone that comes in that office is treated like our own.
Except
So,
for you, Rich.
Well, that's really nice. And it's great to hear that. It's a wonderful
but I'm proud of you
concept.
guys, and thank you so much for honoring them and our office. And I just wanted to close it with calling.
Well, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Jenna.
Jenna.
Thank you.
That was a
Thank
great
you
call.
so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thanks so much,
Take care,
Jenna.
guys.
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Everybody's going to deserve a raise by tomorrow, just so you gentlemen know. But it's really
Luckily, we're off. No.
No, but you know what's funny is that
No, they're amazing.
they are
It's-
amazing. And that what they're saying on the phone, I honestly can say a testimonial. I was there. I witnessed it. What they're saying is exactly what the feeling is when you're there.
Well, it's a team effort. I would love to say that it was all mine and Devon and Bruce's idea, but trust me, on the way here we were literally talking about how amazing it is to have a staff that not only are they great at what they do, but their ideas are awesome. trust me, we are filled with brilliant ideas, but we're also not filled with brilliant ideas, and it's great to have like a large staff that everybody brings a unique feel, but also cares and is smart enough to be able to contribute and generate amazing ideas.
And you just don't see a whole lot of that in the workplace today,
No.
where people
No.
enjoy
Yeah, like
going
never.
to work.
Like
Yeah,
never.
No,
like
it's-
never.
You know?
They're always figuring out how to get out of work. That's
Yeah,
what I
I
see
mean,
a lot
I-
of.
I think I think part of it's I think we do have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I try to say, as long as you get your job done, have as much fun as you want, because I want to have fun.
Right.
So, and if they're having fun, then that means I can have fun.
Exactly.
So,
But you even had patients that called in tonight,
Look
and
at
that
how he's
travels
laughing at
right
me.
through to them.
It's amazing.
I mean, they're happy patients that are very satisfied with your service.
sometimes they get to enjoy the fun too. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's at our expense.
And one thing I do want to say, we're talking about a great office, but there's one important thing that I really saw there that I want to bring to people's attention. And when you're working in a dentist office, and there's some people that could be germ phobic and wondering, the sterilization process and everything in the office and how the tools are sterilized. And I was brought into a sterilization room where you go in on the left side and everything comes out on the right side. Like there was a
Yes.
system, and it was state of the art. Can you just briefly tell us a little bit about your sterilization process in your office and how you go about that? Because it was
Sure.
amazing.
Yeah. Well, we take it very seriously. So much so that the office was literally designed that the sterilization area is in the middle of the office.
Centralized for a reason.
It's centralized, meaning we can get there quickly. We can get instruments that are clean and sterile out to the rooms quickly. All of the dirty, anything that's dirty, anything that comes out of a treatment room goes into one door and only one door.
Immediately.
It all gets put away into a sealed cabinet until a particular staff member can get to it. Once that particular staff member can get to it, we run everything through 2 very high temperature dishwashers, which is not common. It's not needed, it's not necessary, but it's an extra step that we take. And then they're hand scrubbed. Each instrument is hand scrubbed before getting bagged and sterilized. And we do have 2 brand new state-of-the-art sterilizers, which in our particular facility, nothing comes near that until it's already cleaned. And then after sterilization, all the instruments are then put into another sealed cabinet, and that cabinet does not get opened by anybody who's been in any part of the office that has been contaminated. So it is kind of like a process that it goes through. But yeah, we take it very seriously, and it's important, and patients should as well.
Yeah.
If you come to our office and you sit down for treatment, what you're going to notice is that in front of you will be a sealed cassette. It's a blue paper sealed cassette with markings on it, which denote that it is sterile. There's no question whatsoever about it, and it's not opened until the doctor comes in the room, and it's opened in front of you. So there's no question that we're operating to the higher standards regarding patient safety and cleanliness and sterility.
Yeah, and I saw that there. It's very impressive. Plus, you have a little lab there. I
Yeah, we
saw
have
the
a
word
little-
lab on one of the rooms, and
Yep.
was checking that out. And I think it's very important that people understand that there is, a state-of-the-art sterilization process, because you want the comfort of knowing that you guys are great dentists, but also the care that goes into every step from the minute they walk into the office to meeting all the people to getting into the chair, that your equipment is sterilized. You do all the state-of-the-art things, like I said, and I think that's really important when you're talking about dentistry.
Yeah, I mean, just recently, our business, unfortunately, a couple of years ago, we had a blemish where there was one particular dentist who was sterilizing his instruments in a toaster oven.
Oh, wow.
Just a Black & Decker toaster oven that he purchased. And again, I mean, it's not to point out the lowest of the low, but it's important to know what kind of facility you're dealing with.
Right.
Because this particular office treated hundreds, maybe thousands of patients.
Yeah.
Of course, they were shut down, rightfully so. But yeah, we're really proud of the fact that we take it very seriously.
Yeah, and it's in even the office itself. You can eat off the floors, like even
That's-
with all the
I
foot
have.
traffic.
I actually have. Dean dropped his rice today.
Yeah. And I turned around and Devon was eating. It was perfect.
Wow, the 5-second rule.
Yeah, that's it.
No, okay.
You're good.
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. So, what can you give us our information again? The phone number, your website, your Facebook page for our listeners.
Devin's really good at it, so I'm going to keep letting him do it. He sounds like a commercial. It's impressive.
I don't know the Facebook page.
It's The Art of Dentistry and Spa.
It's The Art of Dentistry and Spa.
Okay.
And the website is www.theartofdentistry.nj.com. Our telephone number is 732-846-7100. Dean's email address and his,
and his cell phone number. No, I'm only kidding. Well, because we want people to be able to contact you.
And I'm sure they will after this.
Yeah, we do
that'd be
too.
wonderful. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, please contact.
Absolutely. And it's getting towards that time where it's almost the end of the show. So I do want to say our next show will be Wednesday, April 18th from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And our guest will be Emily Gray from Recovery Centers of America, along with some other guests that she may bring.
I'm trying to get her to bring the clinical director
Oh, okay.
and their interventionist.
Oh, there we go. Because I always need an interventionist. But
That's good. Huh?
yeah, that's going to be Wednesday, April 18th from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So be sure to tune in. And also just remember that if you'd like to make a donation to the City of Angels, it runs strictly on donations. At cityofangelsnj.org. Click on the donation tab and you can mention the Health and Wellness Show, Rock on Radio, or What's Next, and we can make you a sponsor for 30 days if you're interested in that as well. So, guys, it was really an honor to have you
Yeah, it was a
guys
pleasure.
here.
It was great.
Thank you.
It goes by
Yeah.
fast that time, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I'm glad you did 90 minutes instead of an hour. That's
Oh, absolutely. When I met these guys, I was like, there's no
Yeah,
way
it
I could
goes
do an
fast.
hour.
Oh, thank
But right now, I have my
All
little
right,
strips
Devin.
of paper that, Devin, you could
Drum
pick the
roll.
winner to tonight's gift pack.
I'll pick the one nearest me, so I don't want to explain
And I
too
did
much.
not put my name in there. I wanted to, though. Let's see. Who do we have? As our-
Mariann- No.
We have Mitch.
All right.
Mitch. Mitch is our winner of our gift pack. However, Mitch
wanna-
had hung up the phone.
you
So
wanna pick a second
if you're
That's fine.
listening, I'd like you to email me your telephone number so I can get your contact information. And that would be at Maryann, Maryann, at neoszoe, that's neoszoe.com. But in the event that Mitch does not contact me because he hung up ahead of time, can you pick another name just in case?
Go for it.
I think I might be able to pull Mitch's number off the caller ID.
That's okay.
There you go. All right. Jessica.
The runner-up.
Jessica
Jessica,
is the
all
runner-up. All right. So
There we go.
if I don't hear from Mitch, Jessica, you have won our prize pack. And we will try to contact Mitch. So, Jessica, I will get in touch with you. But if you can, just send me your information, again, Maryann at neozoe.com. And this way we can be able to contact you. But I want to say, it's been a privilege to have you guys on.
Yeah, well,
I've learned
It was a
some
privilege
stuff
to be on.
about
It was
dentistry
great.
that I didn't know, so thank you so much. Thank you. You took the fear out of it. I can tell you have a big fan of the art of dentistry and spa.
Yes,
All
me
right.
Too.
Yes.
And
Cool,
I'm hearing
thanks.
that also from the callers. It's wonderful to have people call in, not only from your office, but also the testimonial from your patients and how much that they love you guys. And it's wonderful to hear that nowadays because we're always so used to hearing the bad things. Oh, did you hear this? Did you hear that? But it's really great and wonderful. And I've been on your site. I've seen reviews after review after review, and I could completely understand it. And thank you for taking the time with patients to make us feel comfortable and, not be afraid of the dentist. And that's what
you.
I'm finding out
Yeah,
here,
thank
that your personalities, you guys mesh together, by the way. So we'll have to meet Dr. Rowland at another time as well. And Dr. Glick, see
You're
how it all
going to need
goes.
2.5 hours if we bring Bruce on.
Oh, I would do it. I would do it. Right, Art? We could do that if we had to.
We can bend the rules.
We can bend the rules. Well, that's about all the time that we have. Rich, thank you for being here this
very
evening
welcome. I had a
and
great
sharing your dentist,
Yeah,
the fear
thanks,
of the
Rich.
dentist.
I feel better.
You do. Art, thank you so much for all your help and all that you do to make the show run.
Thanks, Mark.
And Dr. Dean Chencharik and Dr.
Thank you.
Devon
Thank you
Berry,
both.
thank you
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
And a special shout out to everybody at the Art of Dentistry and Spa who I've been speaking to on the phone and helping make this happen. Thank you for all your efforts and keep up the great work. It's a wonderful office. Thank you so much. And until next time, good night from the Health and Wellness Hour.
Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
You're gonna have to say.
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, da-da-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.